Hi everybody, Larry Graves here. I thought I would do another unboxing video for this channel. This one is for a George Harrison box set called George Harrison, Living in the Material World. And this contains the movie Living in the Material World, produced by or directed by Martin Scorsese, who also directed my all-time favorite movie, Goodfellas. And it contains a Blu-ray, a DVD, I'm trying to remember, and a CD, maybe more. So, first off, take that off and drop it. And if you've never seen the documentary on George Harrison, it is excellent. And as usual, with these box sets, it's like, how do you open it? This one, which I haven't opened in a while, it opens on the bottom. It really should come with instructions. So, like that. And what's kind of cool, if you have this on display like I sometimes do, is there's different pictures you can have on the front. So, this is the little booklet. That contains, I believe, yes, there's 2 DVDs to fit the whole movie, and 1 Blu-ray, and a audio CD of just some unreleased demo tracks by George Harrison. Excuse me for a second while I have some wine. So then there's this felt thing for protection. What I actually like about this channel is I don't feel as rushed as I do on my main comedy channel, Canadian Studmuffin, although it's not always comedy. You know, because people are saying get on with it type thing, but with ASMR, even though it's a little different ASMR, I guess, I don't feel as rushed. I can have little spaces, and I don't think most of you mind. Anyway, there's these color photos on thick stock paper that are really nice. And like I said, you could have these on the front page. Black and white one. And even a frame. I could frame myself. And finally, there's this really nice book. And I'll tell you about the contents of the CD. And of course, I've always been a big fan of the Beatles, and I don't think I realized how good George Harrison was when he was with the Beatles until, later years, going back and realizing, not that I didn't like his songs, but it's like, of course, John and Paul's songs stood out. And George was more in the background, especially in the early years. But his later songs are just as good as Lennon and McCartney's songs. There's a foreword by Martin Scorsese. And all kinds of reading to do. And this is a rare picture of George when he was a little boy that I had never seen before until getting this box set. And this little thing he's talking about Liverpool. There was an honesty that we had, a very simple, naive honesty. And I think that had a lot to do with where we came from. The people up there have a certain naive honesty and humor. They say you have to have humor to live in a place like that, but everybody who comes out of Liverpool thinks they are a comedian. And we were no exception. That kept us going. That's George Harrison. And that's, one of the many things I loved about the Beatles was their humor. And once again, George with his brother Peter, 1950s, which I'd never seen before. Lots of photos of George that are pretty rare. And this is kind of cool. George's autograph book, 1950s, 60s. And there's the Beatles at the Cavern Club. With Paul and Ringo. This is a really amazing photo. It's in really bad shape, but this is the Beatles with Pete Best and Stu Sutcliffe. Really rare photo. And that's, a lot of these photos I had never seen before, and I even actually forget, because I haven't looked at this book in quite a while, I actually forget some of these photos. There's George with John and Paul. And I'm only halfway through this book. There he is with Eric Clapton. And with Ravi Shankar. Just a lot of really nice photos. This is George in India in 1966. I guess that's like an outtake from his album cover for All Things Must Pass. And of course he loved nature and gardening and everything. There he is with he was actually in The Life of Brian. I've never actually noticed him in the movie, but he helped finance the Monty Python movie. There he is with Eric Idle. George and Terry Gilliam during the recording of the soundtrack for Time Bandits. The Traveling Wilburys recording, George and Tom Petty. And there he is with the Traveling Wilburys again, Roy Orbison and Bob Dylan. Photo that was in on his album Dark Horse. Eric Clapton and George in George's garden. And George and Maurice Milbourne, former head gardener, Friar Park, from George's camp. A couple more photos. That one. And a final photo. So I just want to end this with letting you know what is on the audio CD. It's acoustic, I think it's mainly acoustic demos of different songs. There's an acoustic demo of My Sweet Lord, Run of the Mill, I'd Have You Anytime, an early take, Mama, You've Been on My Mind, a demo, Let It Be Me, demo, Woman Don't You Cry for Me, early take, A Waiting on You All, early take, Behind That Closed Door, early or demo, All Things Must Pass, demo, and that's really nice, and The Light That Has Lighted the World, demo. And so that's it. That's the box set for George Harrison, Living in the Material World. I thank you very much for watching, and please like the video and leave a comment below. I'd really appreciate it. Bye-bye.